Africa. We were so worried coming to this continent, mostly due to ignorance because we just don't know enough.
Before we came to South Africa, we knew very little about Africa in general, and we were significantly concerned.
But we really didn't have anything to be worried about. One of the very favorite things we've done here, and not just in South Africa, but in our entire trip, is go on a safari in the Kruger National Park.
The Kruger National Park here in South Africa was proclaimed as a wildlife reserve by President Paul Kruger around the 1900s. It only gained national park status at around 1929.
The biodiversity in Kruger is just extraordinary. If you're looking for birds, mammals, reptiles, amphibians, plant life, Kruger's got it all.
Kruger is so large that even with 4 days of driving around, we only got to see about 20%, actually probably a little bit less.
We were very fortunate to find out about African Big Five safaris.
Hunters in the old days referred to the Big Five as the 5 most dangerous animals to hunt in Africa.
Now the Big Five are lion, leopard, rhino, elephant and buffalo.
There's a big possibility that it's likely to see all 5 on a 4-day trip within Kruger National Park, but animals don't read books, and clearly we don't book them, so whatever you see will depend a lot on luck.
We took a 4-day, 3-night private safari with Marcel and Retief.
You're up at 5 a.m. and you're out at the gate waiting for the gate to open before 6 a.m.
Well, typical itinerary would be to spend as much time out in the bush as possible.
From there we do morning drives, afternoon drives, maybe full-day drives, stopping for picnics and having a lovely braai at night.
On the very first day on our afternoon game drive, right after we left the gate, we come across these cars parked on the road.
And Marcel stopped to ask them what they were looking at. And they said, "Didn't you see it? It was a leopard. He just crossed the road and went into the trees."
Leopard? Where is it? Walking off the back, too far away from you guys.
So we stopped and we waited and we saw nothing.
It's very nice of him telling me, but it doesn't help me one bit, you know. But I know I would do the same thing. I would also say that, oh, you won't believe some zebra there.
Then later on the same game drive on the way back, another car had stopped and said exactly the same thing. "Did you just see the leopard?"
Oh, I cannot believe this. Twice.
Did you see the leopard?
Twice. Never in my life has that happened.
We waited as long as we could with the gate closing.
No, sorry guys. We just had some more time.
And no leopard.
After that, every single game drive, we were looking for a leopard.
That began a theme for our whole 4 days, which is Marcel promising us a leopard and us teasing him when we don't get one. We would see the most amazing sights, and then we would fake disinterest and go, "Yeah, that was nice and all, but Marcel, you promised us a leopard." We came across an oxpecker getting up close and personal with an impala.
And 2 hyenas that were right out on the road. One of them walked up the road towards us, looked at us for a while, and then crossed the road and took off. Every time we saw something incredible, we teased him mercilessly.
We got so close to some of the elephants. Sometimes they were right outside of our car door.
And what's she doing there? That's what we call, sometimes we call it, well, that could be just getting some dust off the branches, off the grass. But often what they'll do is they'll mock feed. See, like that, now she's just getting the dust off the roots, and now she'll be eating it. But often you'll see them putting grass in their mouths, and they'll just let the grass fall out. They chew, but nothing's going in, because it's deciding whether you're a threat or not. So it just wants to pretend as if it's eating. But you see it so clearly that food doesn't go in. But by that shaking, she's just getting the dust and mud off it.
We were watching a fish eagle.
Just up the branch there, we've got a Bateleur eagle.
Now it's an adult, and which is what's quite interesting is
What was that?
that is a very, very angry elephant.
And Arlo was like, let's go look! And Marcel was like, oh no no.
And that means we need to be very careful, because as you can hear, that elephant is quite enraged. But I'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Why are they so angry? The problem with this is we're inside of the herd now. So if they enclose us.
So that's probably what happened in that car.
Yes. Or you cut off a youngster.
Females, do they ever charge? I mean,
Oh yes, they're actually the ones that are more likely to charge. But you can quickly tell the mood of an elephant. Like you can see, she's feeding, she's showing you, you know, I'm relaxed, I'm eating, I'm okay with you guys. As soon as she shows me, you know, she's at all uncomfortable with our presence, I will give her distance and respect her wishes, you know. Like if it looks like she wants to come over, I'll get out of her way, because in the end, this is obviously her domain.
what are the ear things? Is that just
The ears have got a lot of arteries in them, or a capillary network, as we say.
so it's a heat sink?
So yes, the heat distributes a lot of blood to there, and by flapping it cools the blood. When they fan them out, spraying them out, that just makes them to look big, and they're warning you, you know. Not exactly like that, that's still fanning. The other warning sign is if you see behind her eye, it looks almost as if her temples are leaking. And now there's a temporal gland. Now if there's fluid streaming out of there, that means she's irritated or frustrated, or something has happened, maybe came across lions and she's a bit angry. I'm just gonna give her a bit more space here.
I'm gonna take a couple pictures in the light. Got the wrong lens on because she's so close, but
Do you want my camera?
actually no, could you pull forward just maybe 5 meters? Oh, it's coming anyway.
I'm just going to do a turn like this, so you get back into the same position.
That's
How's that?
yeah.
I would guess 30s. The best way to age an elephant is actually if you could feel the teeth.
If it was just Arlo and I driving around the park, we would have never realized what we saw. But luckily we had Marcel and Retief right there with us.
This is excellent. I'm so
Yeah,
glad
this
we
is
got these earlies.
Very rare to get big tuskers.
These are like walking legends.
Yes,
The stories that they can tell you about Kruger.
you can Google Duke and you'll read the legend of this guy.
If it is Duke, but I think I don't know any other big tuskers with 2 broken tusks. But that other guy as well. I reckon that's up to a 40-year-old bull.
He's also one of the tuskers, definitely. I wonder who it is. It all started with 7, the Magnificent 7, and then they started the program.
Okay, he's just staring at us.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. We're in this spot. Yes, he really didn't budge. I thought he was gonna go around the bush. That's the thing about the old bulls, you know.
Yeah.
He saw we were here first on the road. We had right of way. He just asked us, "Well, will you move, please?" Younger bull would have been cheeky.
Did your hearts pound a bit with that guy walking up to
It
you?
was cool. No, I guess I trust you guys too much not to put us in any kind of danger, so I'm not worried about it.